Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Sorry, Bob. Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we have the most famous physical therapist on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Hard
Bob.
working, too. At least he is.
Yeah.
Today, Brad, we're going to talk about the best cardiac and leg strengthening you can do on a bicycle.
Well, as a matter of fact, not on a bike, but if you just want to have a good overall leg exercise to strengthen your legs and increase the cardiac benefits in your heart, this is a great option. Covers everything. It's low impact. It's going to get you a good workout, and we've got some options here. Within 10 minutes, you can get an excellent workout using this system.
Sounds cool. And by the way, if
Wow.
you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We have a subscription button here or here. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day.
All right. Excellent, Bob.
All right, Brad, so where do we start here?
Well, let's just talk about a little bit about the benefits. We're talking about major muscle groups. You know, if you're doing exercise and you want to burn some calories, get your heart rate up, the more muscle mass involved, the easier it is. So we've got...
So this doesn't help?
No, yeah. And if you're just doing, curls, it's not a big deal.
These are the big muscle groups.
Right, here we're
quads,
using the
and
glutes, the quads, the hamstrings, not so much of the calves, but that's getting involved as well. A lot of muscle groups are all working together. So the cardiovascular, you get your heart rate up to that aerobic level. So if you want to get your heart in healthier shape, it's a great deal. And again, it's low impact. It's not like going out and walking.
Easier on the
running.
joints.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus you can do it inside or outside.
Right.
If you got a trainer, you can do it inside or you can train outside. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, in order to get all those benefits that I just mentioned, it's pretty much important that you have clipless pedals. In other words, I don't know why they call them clipless.
Because to me it sounds like they're not clipped there.
Yeah, they clip on. You have to have shoes that clip onto your pedals. And
you want to get maximal benefit here.
And there's a good reason for that. I'm going to explain it in just a little bit. If you just have what we call flats and you pedal on that, you're not going to get all the benefits. You're only going to use approximately half the muscles if you do it that way. So we'll go through that in detail here. First of all, on a trainer, you can go inside or out. You can put your trainer outside if you want. I've done that before.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Sure, get a little sun.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah.
But the benefits you'll see of a trainer will be coming up. When you pedal, when you're pushing down, you're using a lot of quads and hip extensors. When you're on the bottom pulling across this way, we're doing a combination of that along with the hamstrings, which is on the way up. You're going to use a lot of hamstrings and hip flexors. So that way we get both sides of these large muscles and the hip flexors and the hip extensors.
So if you're not clipped in, you're not getting that one.
Right, you cannot pull up unless you're not, if you're not clipped in or you have stirrups. And that's a big important part of getting those muscles, all your muscles to work. You need to be clipped in. Exactly. Yeah. So this is what I tell people, and this is how I was taught. Everyone can push down, that's just natural. But on the bottom, you want to think about pulling your foot across like you're wiping your foot on a carpet or on a rug, okay? Because we want to get all the muscles working. So we're going down, we're pushing this direction on the bottom, and on the up, we're pulling upwards. And on the top, you're thinking about kicking your foot forward like you're going to kick back. Get over here, Bob, so I can kick you.
Yeah.
But you want to do that. So it really takes a lot of training to get a good smooth motion, because you don't want to do it in forward directions. You want to get torque all the way around. So what helps me out, and I think about making big circles. I think about each foot making big, smooth circles. And boy, when I think about this and I ride hard, when I get done, I feel my hamstrings.
You know you did it right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the idea of using all the muscles, getting that full circle, pulling up, pushing forward, neck, etc. Let's go on to the next thing. So, the other thing, if you do want to monitor your heart rate, get a heart rate monitor. Make sure your heart rate is up to that 50%.
Is that one of those chest ones, would you say?
Yeah, I think they're the most accurate. You can use a Fitbit if you want. That's your choice. I don't even use a heart rate monitor a lot of times because I feel pretty comfortable with just perceived.
You know where you're at.
Pretty much, right, exactly. Okay, now, this is a real important one right here. And this you have to have a trainer on. Well, you don't have to, but I advise using a trainer. If you want to train to get that full big circle and it forces you to do it, simply take one foot off, rest it back here on the trainer, and do single-legged pedaling.
It's a good idea, actually, because you're right, because you have to disconnect between the two, because you're pushing down with one while pulling up on the other.
Yep.
It's hard for me to do that.
Yeah, it's hard for pretty much anybody.
Yeah.
But when you do
That's
this,
a good idea, Brett.
oh, yeah, it's a great way to train. The way I do this is I'll go for a minute with one leg. And after that minute's done, I'll switch feet.
I'm going to have to try this.
Oh, yeah. And then I get clipped in, get this one out, and then I'll pedal this way for a minute. And I'll adjust the resistance so that by the time I get to the end of that minute, I really, really want to change to the other foot because the other leg's getting tired. So one leg rests while the other one works. You're working big circles. You're working all the muscle groups. You're getting all the benefits that we talked about at the beginning of the video.
Nice idea.
Yeah. You could try that out on the road, but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would, that's
Would you
strictly,
keep the 1 foot forward? I don't know what you, let's
Yeah.
not even recommend that.
no, that's not, it's one of those things just to forget about. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was Tabata training. If you're a avid bicyclist and you know, have done some reading, you probably heard about Tabata.
Is that T-A-B-A-T-A?
Right,
Okay,
right.
Tabata.
And what this is a concept of getting a good workout in a short period of time. If you got to get down on your trainer, you want to get a workout, work the big muscles, the heart and the cardiac, all that, Tabata training.
So you hear a lot about the HIIT, high intensity interval training.
Sure.
This would probably fall within that.
Yep.
And how you can get benefits in such a short time versus
Right.
a longer time.
So with Tabata, you're going to go set it up so that you can go 30 seconds hard. I'm not going to time it here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And then when the 30 seconds, have your timer right in front of you. Then it goes down. You can even change your gearing a little bit so you got a nice easy spin for 30 seconds. Not 25, not 35, but go 30. When the rest time is up.
These are the Tabata guidelines?
Yep.
Okay.
Go to 30 seconds as hard as you can. So you're going to do that 10 times. I guarantee you, no matter how good a shape you're in,
You're going to
that
be hurting.
7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, 9th and 10th are going to be killers. Legs will be burning. The lactic acid is really going to be talking to you, and those muscles are going to say, hey, I need a break. And after 10 minutes of Tabata drills, you're going to want a break.
Because it's interesting, the one I just read about was running, and they were going 2 minutes of easy and then just 20 seconds of sprinting.
Okay.
Which I think 20 seconds of sprinting is probably harder than this, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
I mean,
this is the Tabata training I learned. He may have some other options.
yeah, there may
on
be
that.
some other guidelines
Yep,
on that now,
exactly.
so.
And if you're not on a trainer and you're riding outside, or you can do it on a trainer too, but I kind of put my workouts into the flat, whether you're riding on a flat road and just do some steady state riding. The cadence, or the number of times you go around with your pedals, I usually go between 90 and 120 repetitions per minute. I personally go between 90 and 100.
I'm glad you told me that, Brad, because I've always wondered that. I'm like, should I make it easier so I can pedal faster, or
Right.
should I go harder and pedal slower? So I'll have to count that out once.
The general rule of thumb is if you go faster on that 100 repetitions per minute cadence, you're going to get more cardiac benefits. Your heart rate's going to be higher. Your legs won't get so tired. They'll still get tired, as opposed to if you're climbing up a hill. You don't want to get below 60 revolutions per minute going up a hill.
Oh, is that right? See, now, that too I wondered. I mean, do I try to push it harder, or do I go,
Yeah,
go more
adjust the
reps?
gear so it's
Yeah.
at 60. I mean, if the hill's steep enough, you do whatever you have
You
to do to
said
get up.
60 reps in a minute?
Right, so every second.
Oh.
And the way you count this is a good thing to practice on
So
a
every
trainer.
second is 1 rep.
Right.
Yeah.
So just count, if you got a clock right on your bike like mine, most people do, every time your knee comes up, you count 1. You don't have to put your hand, I remember classes I've taken, everyone put your hand on your knee and count. Well, you don't have to have your hand there, just count every time your knee comes up within 10, it's like doing a heart rate, within 10 seconds, multiply it times 6, or 6 seconds and add a 0.
So it's not every other, I mean, it's one leg has to do 60
One
reps.
leg, good point,
Yeah.
Bob. You're not going to go 1, 2, 3.
Right, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
Because in running you count both.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
that's a really good point.
Well, these are good, Brad. These are good
these are
guidelines.
all general guidelines. You know, if you're an experienced biker for years, all this is probably old hat to you. If not, you know, you might pick up something.
This is all new to me. So,
Sure.
So, all right. Anything else, Brad?
Well, Bob, once again, and this is all falls into it. We continue to work for our ultimate goal is to fix that
broken heart.
But I think this is a good start.
We're not able to fix a broken heart, but we're trying.
Yeah, we're trying.
So
enjoy
we can
it.
fix just about anything else.
Yeah, and have a good bike ride. Besides, be careful.
Thanks a lot.
Wear your helmet.